She lost her eyesight. Lost it in childhood.
She should look for it. Ba-da-ba. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of
Espookys Talk. We're back.
Oh, buddy. We are back, and I have to apologize for our little hiatus. Life comes at you hard, guys. Life comes at you hard.
It sure does.
We are mourning the passing of a family member and quite a few other things that have happened, which is why we haven't been around. But guess what, y'all? We's back.
Yeah, we weren't out having fun without you, promise. Just hitting the obligations, taking some time to really be in our feels.
Man.
But we're back.
And you guys probably know this from listening to us and things like that, that Eva and I actually work at a school, and it's the end of the school year. And man, they just drop it on you. So
Yeah, they're like, it's the end of the school year. It's your job. Ready to go.
Ready to go.
But we're like, okay, well, can we do this? And absolutely not.
Get it done. And then some people say, I'm not going to get it done. And then
Let me hinder you, but do your job.
And then they're like, hey, Arturo, can you get it done? And then I have to go like, dang it. Yeah, I guess I can get it done. And then they go like, yeah, you should get it done. And then I have to get it done.
This sounds like a lot of complaining.
Yeah, but I'm done. Anyways, I am Arturo Noriega, and I am here as always with, yep, you guessed it, our resident bruja, the most amazing Eva.
Well, it's time for our cosmic forecast. Bum-ba-da-dum.
Fantastic.
And now that it's finally Friday, and I mean finally, and the end of the month. And if you don't know, we have a blue moon.
Ooh. Blue moon.
So it means, that saying once in a blue moon, it means that it's 2 full moons in a month cycle. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
So here we are. It means that it is a powerful time for manifestation. Before the final breakthrough, think of Eye of the Tiger. Because we don't want to copyright, so that's the song. Emotions are going to be running a little high, okay? Nothing that you can't get over if you just take a few deep breaths with intention. But as you do this, know that there is movement coming towards the truth, courage, and it will all be done before nightfall. So that's kind of epic. As far as the overview of where this planetary mood is coming from, it's that Gemini is in the sun. So this is giving us the curiosity, the conversations, like this playful energy of bringing out news or spreading rumors. It's either one extreme or the other. The moon is moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius. So we're getting that emotional depth transformation into more of a freedom energy, right? Like freedom energy in the sense of you're more likely to do things that you would normally not do. So think spontaneous. Venus is moving from the Cantor Square in Saturn in the form of Aries, which means that when someone sets a boundary, you better respect it. We'll just leave it at that.
Leave it at that.
Mercury is in Gemini, which means that communication might not be the strongest and your thoughts are racing. Okay? So think twice before texting twice is the best way to put it. Expect the unexpected. So with communication, I know I've said this before, I just can't remember when. With communication, it's not necessarily how you say it. You have to think about how the person is going to perceive it and how that message is being received. And I think that's going to help clarify a lot of these things. But if you don't, and you speak from the heart too fast without putting thought into it, there's going to be a lot of issues. And lastly, Pluto is still in retrograde in Aquarius, which means that there's going to be a quieter inner transformation beneath. So when I'm talking about, the crossroads before the breakthrough, we're thinking inward, not necessarily outward. So what does this feel like? You might say, because that was a lot of where the planets are. Like, why is this relevant to you? Well, tell yourself, I cannot stay emotionally stuck anymore. And the more I sit with that, the more it applies to me. So thank you, universe.
Ditto.
Once again for telling me how it is. So as Arturo mentioned, with this being the end of the school year, emotions are running high. There's a big lack of accountability because it's impossible to patrol everybody at all times. So we're hoping that the integrity that we've installed into our community is there for the long run. So we shall see. Whew. It's going to be a lot of emotions in the morning. And hopefully most of you are listening to this in the morning. So you've been warned. The emotional truth serum is on high. Meaning you're going to wake up in the morning and you probably had a dream or two. And that's going to be exposing some truth. That subconscious is working on overtime on this blue moon. So be ready to start telling people how you really feel. Okay? And this is all in the morning. So can you imagine, like, you see that one coworker and you're like, I got some truth to tell you today.
Hey, prima.
We work together.
I got some truth for you.
I got some truth for you.
You can't handle the truth.
So, unfortunately for us, all of us, the moon is still in Scorpio during the first half of the day, and that energy is going to expose hidden feelings. I mean, I guess it could be a good thing. Any jealousy or fear of control or like dynamics. So if you're like if you're in a transitional phase of handing somebody like a position, like it's not going to go very well for you. Unresolved longing. Ooh, okay. For all those lovebirds out there, shoot your shot, get it over with. Start the day right. And then emotional exhaustion. So I could totally relate to that one because I'm tired now.
Ditto.
And it's like, it's not just like an everyday, like I'm just going to go to sleep or I've just worked out kind of tired. It's like a in the bones, I've been doing the McMost for too long kind of tired. There's a word for it. I think it's like emotional, like the mental load. That's the word.
The McMost.
The McMost. McDonald's, don't come after me. You don't own it.
McDowell's.
So how are we going to be feeling? We're going to be a little more sensitive. I mean, already I'm kind of snappy and intense, so I could only imagine how everyone else is feeling. But on top of being super sensitive, we're going to be highly intuitive. And we're going to be even a little nostalgic. Like, we're going to be thinking about those times when it was slightly easier. And maybe that, turn that into gratitude. Help yourself out. We're also going to be hyper aware of relationship dynamics. So you're going to see who's cliquey. Mm-hmm. You're going to see who's starting all the rumors. Mm-hmm. You're going to see who you can trust and who are the snakes in the grass.
Ooh. I know a few.
Oh,
Marco, if you're out there.
I know too many. Marco, you are not one. All right. But anyways, so it's going to be a strong morning. Ways that you can help your feelings and help you tone down the bad decisions that are emotionally charged by journaling. Maybe having a therapy session before you go to work. Releasing all the resentment that you've been carrying. And as you know, the full moon is all about letting go of what doesn't serve you. Deleting what drains you. Can I delete my job and still get paid? Question mark. Asking for a friend. Saying the thing that you've been avoiding. That makes me wonder.
Me too.
So, with all of that, I hope that you know that it is not a great day for any confrontations, Don't be looking at things that you can't control because you'll be spiraling. Okay? Put down the social media. Please do not be stalking exes online. Like, nobody needs that. They're in the past for a reason. And make sure that your emotions are not emotionally charged. Like, keep it flowing. All right. But don't worry. This doesn't hold on forever. At about noon, the moon will enter to Sagittarius. Okay? Which is going to change everything. The entire emotionally atmosphere will be chill. Okay? So suddenly the energy will feel more like hopeful, adventurous. You'll be thinking about your future because you're going to be so proud of yourself for not stalking your exes. You're going to feel a little more spontaneous, even flirtier. So, I mean, it's Friday. Get out there. It's the evening.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Not in the morning. It won't go well in the morning. So it's a good time to, like, if you've been putting off that book, read it. If you've been wanting to go outside and hit the town, do it. If you're feeling kind of down, call the friend that'll make you laugh. That's the way to deal with it, okay? So remember, no matter how heavy it feels, life isn't over. Okay, I'm going to get into the part that people have been asking for. Okay, Arturo, I know we discussed it. We were like, I don't know. But people want a relationship forecast.
Really?
They do. Apparently, this is going to be a dating site. No, I'm just kidding. Never. You got to get out there and meet them spontaneously.
Swipe right.
So it's really important that you note down what it is that you want. Okay? So although the stars can tell you or encourage you one way or another, at the end of the day, you have to be honest with yourself and then hold yourself emotionally accountable. And then know what, there's a word for it. I blinked out for a second. Your non-negotiables. Like, what are your hard set boundaries? What is going to make you thrive in a relationship? And then don't be one of those people breadcrumbing or like dating 12 people. That sounds emotionally exhausting. So, you know, get out of La La Land and make it a reality by staying grounded, being honest to yourself, and get to know as many people as possible without dating all of them and telling them that they're the one, okay? Pick and choose, be responsible. That's my advice for relationships. But let's talk about...
Stay in your lane.
Let's talk about the stuff... Let's talk about the stuff that I really like career and money energy. All right? With Mars being in Taurus, all right, we are talking about favorable progress that's sustainable and builds slowly over time. This is a great time to be saving or making, what's it called? Don't go gambling, because that, I did not tell you that. I'm saying like investing. It's a good time to invest your time and energy because the energy is not chaotic. Okay, so you're here to protect your space as well as making long-term stable investments. It's a great day for financial planning, updating your resume and portfolios if you're thinking of getting a new job. It's a great time to start looking into relocations. Maybe your dream home is out there on the market waiting for you. And planting the seeds for a different future. Will I be moving? Is it in the cards?
A haunted house ready for you to move into?
If anybody knows of one, please hit me up. We have emails. Please use them.
ESPOOKYSTALK@gmail.com.
Yes, exactly. I would love an old haunted house. But overall, don't feel discouraged or disconnected. Know that this day is yours. Just keep yourself balanced in the morning. Make sure you eat something. Don't be hangry. Spend time outside. Make sure you hit the gym or do an activity that involves movement. Plan your future. reconnect with what inspires you so that you can grow and be the best version of yourself. Be sure to travel and explore something locally. Call up a friend and have a meaningful conversation. And absolutely wear colors that make you feel powerful. For me, it's shades make me feel powerful, not necessarily colors. What you should try to avoid on this awesome day is obsessive thinking, emotional testing or games, isolating too hard, or making permanent decisions from temporary fear. And then absolutely don't over romanticize unavailable people. And honestly, if you could feel all of the energy shiftings, that just means that you're tuned in, and we love that for you. And with that concludes our cosmic forecast. Good luck, everybody.
Man, it's a lot to take in, guys.
That was a lot.
It's a lot to take in. And, you know, one of the things that kind of stuck out with me a little bit is you were talking about things that you possibly dream and things like that. And I know that you didn't quite go in this particular direction, but it made me think of what we're going to talk about today. It did, because I think it's super interesting when we talk about things that we think about, dream about. It happens all throughout history. You know, people have written strange predictions and whispered warnings and described visions of the futures and things like that. You yourself have done that. And it sounded completely insane until they actually happen.
Because it does.
Yeah. It's things like, but the things that get me are things big, like disasters or world-changing events. Just, it can't always just be an eerie coincidence. You know, it's terrifying how accurate some of these prophecies have been. And we're going to be diving into some of those stories that continue to leave people questioning whether some people can really see what's coming next. Because we're going to be talking about prophecies.
Well, as you know, energy is
infinite.
And that, I think these people actually tap in to some form of energy. And as you know, time hasn't necessarily been linear. And for that reason, I think that it is possible to get a little hint, a little glimpse. But people would argue that it is our subconscious making connections through patterns that we've either seen or can envision.
I am completely throwing the BS flag. Completely throwing the BS flag.
And this is because, like, our subconscious is so powerful. And as humans, pattern recognition is one of our best talents that everybody has.
Then why are my particular things and some of your particular things are so unique? It's not stuff that I've seen pattern-wise, you know what I mean? I don't think so, at least, but especially you're talking about my subconscious, so that obviously means I'm not actively thinking about it, but get out of here. I don't think so.
I'm just throwing it out there, you know? Someone's thinking about it.
Well, what about people in history? Like, I got a couple that we're going to bring up here and things like that. But, you know, and I understand what you're saying, because this is a total phenomenon. You know, when Notre Dame and all that stuff kind of comes through and they talk about all those type of predictions. You know, a lot of people, a lot of skeptics that are out there have said that, you know, since it was vague and kind of it is pattern like, you know, throughout history, that when they predict things like, you know, the death of a king or Adolf Hitler, those are things that repeat in history. So, of course, you know, by being vague and non-specific, you know, they may just kind of, every one of his predictions kind of fits into something that happens in a history.
Right.
And I understand. I gets it. I do. But come on, guys. Not everything is explainable. You can't explain everything away. My particular dreams, I've gone to sleep and like poof, wake up and something that I've dreamt happens and get out of here, man. I'm talking about mundane stuff, little things that doesn't just happen on a daily.
Right.
Like you can't go into my history and be like, oh, you know, well, Arturo, when you were younger. Get out of here. That's not a pattern. No. Niet. Nay, nay is what I say. Nay, nay.
Okay, you're choosing not to believe it. Well,
I'm choosing not to believe that it's an accident. I'm choosing not to believe that it's coincidence. I'm choosing to believe that there's something out there that drives some of these things. Not all of them.
do you think maybe we attract them?
You know, I think people like you do. I think people like you that has that light, that has that gift, that whatever, the don, and that perhaps things do like a moth to the flame. You are the light. I don't think that happens to everybody. No.
Because I think people manifest things without even realizing it. And I think either it's fear based or it's like intentional, right? I think I started to do things intentionally because I learned really quickly that if I'm driving at excessive speeds in the past when I was young and dumb,
Allegedly.
and I was allegedly. Officer shows up at the door. Excuse me, ma'am.
Here's a ticket from 1997. Like, yo. Oh, man.
I was like 7 years old on my Yabadoo, using my feet to move the car.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness, guys. My bad.
Okay. Things we have to delete. All right. Allegedly going quickly down the highway and then thinking to myself over and over again, like, oh no, I really hope I don't get pulled over. I really hope. And that's all I could think about. Then all I would encounter was police officers.
Yep.
Because you're attracting them. You're calling them over to you. So instead, you got to think, allegedly. I need to get there. I need to get there safely.
I see what you're saying.
And like accidents are more likely to happen in these stressful moments. So then plan ahead. Don't put yourself in these situations. You know what I'm saying? So like, can things be prevented? Like, was it a learned behavior? But then, those are all things on the opposite side. But then I have dreams where I know that the firemen are going to be there at school at so-and-so hour. You know what I mean? And it's like, how did I know that?
Because it's not a pattern. Firemen don't just randomly show up at our school. It's not something that happens on a daily or weekly or monthly. It's not easy to predict. Right. Those are the kind of things I'm talking about. How about this? Let's forget you for a second. Let's forget me for a second. Okay. Let's just go back in history for a moment.
All right.
Do you know the story? You know who Mark Twain is, right?
The author?
Yes. So Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain, right? He was born, I don't know, November 30th, I think, in 1835. And it was just as Halley's Comet was coming across, blazing across the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then in 1909, his health began to fail. Right? So he's getting sick. He's getting old.
Okay.
He's an old, hey, I'm going to write a story. He's an old guy.
Okay.
He made a bold prediction. He said, and I quote, "I came in with Halley's Comet. It's coming again next year, and I expect I will go out with it too."
Wow.
That's kind of a weird prediction. That's not something that happens every day. That's not a pattern. And then on April 20th, 1910, the comet reached its closest approachable part to the Earth. And on the very next day, Mark Twain passes. Now, did he predict his own death? Is that something that was, he ain't a prophet, but that was something that he said. It was a bold prediction.
But I feel like he knew, kind of, sort of.
Like,
I like that he says, I came in with the comet. I'm going to go out with the comet. That is a pattern.
No.
From beginning to end.
No. Mm-mm. We are going to agree that I don't agree with you.
And that's okay. We gotta keep it a table talk.
I'm telling you, it's just, I don't feel that is a frequent enough event to be considered a pattern.
Okay. Well,
now, I will agree with you that when certain people start to, their health begins to fail, that certain people, my dad was one of them, who kind of like alluded to the fact that he was on his way out.
Yeah.
And I think people do that to cope and with what's coming ahead. They're unknown.
Right.
And they just kind of decide, you know what? If that's what comes, that sort of thing. But that's kind of a crazy prediction. I'm going to go out with the comet and you gone. Comet here, we gone.
I mean, that's crazy. But I would argue that it's a coincidence. Just to be the devil's advocate.
Sure. All right, devil. We all know from one of our previous episodes that you wanted to change play. Okay, you be the devil.
Just to see what it was like. Well, if we're going to go through predictions, let's talk about Baba Vanka.
Okay.
Okay.
Who dat?
Born 1911.
Okay.
And left when I was 6 years old, 1996.
About the time you're getting your speeding tickets.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
On the playground. She is a Bulgarian woman, and known as a blind Bulgarian mystic who lost her eyesight when she was only a child. But she has made some very interesting predictions that have come true. And the predictions go far beyond 2026. Like, she made predictions for so many things. So one of the most famous ones is that she predicted 9/11 as well as the COVID pandemic.
Really?
Yeah. Some of the predictions for 2026 is the start of World War III, which, okay, interesting. And she mentioned specifically that the conflicts were going to be between Russia, the U.S., and China.
Really?
I know we've had issues with them forever, but they're not going away. She predicted that we would first have contacts with aliens in November of 2026.
Oh, dude, that's already happened.
Maybe in November it'll be more noticeable.
Oh.
Maybe we'll all get to talk to an alien. She also...
I was about to go say, maybe I have.
You didn't tell us? Rude.
I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there that I'm like, yo, you ain't from this world, man. You whack.
Don't understand, like, basic Earth living. They're not blending in.
Oh, no.
They're not being good spies.
Not at all.
She also mentioned that AI was going to become dangerous.
Done.
The climate catastrophes that she predicted.
Jeez.
Mega earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis, and extreme weather. And then lastly, in 2026, she predicted global economic collapse. Some visions that she claimed warned her about banking failures, economic chaos, cryptocurrency collapse, or dramatic wealth inequality.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, gas right now is like $8. Something insane. It's time to start rolling out my bike. Walking to work.
Ditto.
Longer timeline prophecies that are circulating around that she had mentioned. And again, this is all before 1996, everybody. She claimed that in 2028, humans would explore Venus for energy, which, okay, that would defuse World War III. 2033, polar ice melts, causing sea to rise. Say goodbye to our land. 2076, worldwide communism.
Jeez.
3005, war with civilization in Mars. And in 5079, the end of the world. The good news is I won't be around to see that.
Man, can she predict anything fun and exciting?
Like world peace or something. No. All catastrophes.
I mean, wowzers, yo. This kid's deep, man. You know what's kind of crazy though, and the thing that really kind of intrigues me, the person was blind, and I've kind of talked to a bunch of people, and they usually say that when you are missing a sense,
okay,
that other things just unlock and get heightened. And it's just interesting to me that the person was blind.
Oh, yeah.
Different. And I understand that they usually talking about your other senses are heightened, but in these rare cases, I mean, think about it. There's a lot to it.
I mean, some of her predictions have come true, and others not yet. So I'm definitely curious to see, now that we have it out on record, right?
Yep.
In our podcast.
For real, for real.
Like, I guess November, we better get ready to make some new friends.
Man. How about this?
My first question would be, like, where do they live?
I don't know. But how about this? Have you ever had a prediction or something about yourself that has come true?
Oh, yeah. I have. I totally spaced out for a second, like, really trying to, like, call back the information. Okay. So...
The little look on your face, man. It was priceless, guys. I wish you had PodTube vision or podcast vision. And just, it was crazy.
Like we were on YouTube.
I was going to do PodTube. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyways.
People have actually asked for video blogs. But I make a lot of faces when I'm thinking. I don't know if I want the world to make me into a meme or something. No, I'm not ready for that yet. Maybe by, what did I say? Maybe by 5079. Oh man, I'm kidding. So for me, one thing that I can really recall is since I moved out here in 2017, not necessarily Mountain View, but like the Bay Area, I have moved so many times, like maybe every year, just because you have to go and find a place that's within your means, right?
Sure.
I would always dream of the next place I was going to live.
Really?
Not necessarily the location, but something about that apartment that I was going to move into that I knew that was the place for me. It was like a confirmation. So first, it was like a lot of big redwoods. And so I moved from the townhome that I first moved into like my own, like a shared apartment. And there was a big redwood, like right outside the deck, which was like, okay, I was like, okay, this is it. This is the spot I was meant to move into. And then after that, I just remember seeing beautiful, like dark wood, not necessarily like the cherry color, but like really dark brown cabinets and like stainless steel appliances. And I was like, okay, that's weird. That's way outside my means. There's no way I can afford a place like that. Your
place sounds fancy.
On my own. But I did. I did when I lived by the airport, which was so nice. And I got the deal of a lifetime. But then COVID was over and rent skyrocketed back up and could no longer live there. So I looked elsewhere and I had a dream that there was this really nice bathroom, but there were 2 sinks in the bathroom. And I was like, well, why would I need 2 sinks? That feels excessive for just me.
One for hands. No, I'm just kidding.
One for brushing my teeth. But then I got the job in Mountain View and then I really had to move. Like the urgency just kept skyrocketing on up. And I was offered a place to stay that had a bathroom with 2 sinks. And it's where I live now.
I am so glad, number one, that you're here, but I am so glad that the things about yourself are about like bathroom sinks. And I say that because my next story was about your favorite president and mine, Abraham Lincoln.
Honest Abe.
Good old Honest Abe. Days before Good Friday in April 1865, President Abraham Lincoln, he confided in about his dream to a close friend and bodyguard, some guy named Ward Hill Lamon. And in the dream, Lincoln was saying that he wandered into like the east room of the White House and he literally found a corpse being guarded by soldiers. And of course, the curiosity gets to him and he's like, yo, who died? And one of the soldiers replied, the president. He was killed by an assassin. Now, of course, this is all Abraham Lincoln's dream, right?
Right.
3 days later, after sharing his vision, so there's record, he shared his vision, Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater. He was assassinated. So even though it wasn't like, oh, it's President Lincoln, it was the president who he was assassinated, which he was. Did he see his own death? Did he have that glimpse, that little whatever?
See, that just takes me back to what I shared in season 1, episode 1.
Well, I mean, when you get them keys, you need to let a brother in. I have a feeling I'm going to need a little help breaching ye the gates of heaven and knowing that you're going to be there. You know what the problem is? You know what my biggest fear? My biggest fear is going up there and you ain't dead yet.
I gotta go first.
You know what I'm saying? So no offense, Prima, but
you're just gonna be waiting in line. It's
I'm just gonna need a little help, yo.
You're just gonna be waiting in line. You're just gonna be waiting in line.
Oh man.
For having your deli ticket like in Beetlejuice.
I've had some crazy things that you can call them premonitions and prophecies, whatever, about myself. And a couple of those little weird. Unfortunately, some of these stories are a little more, we'll just say personal than I could probably share online on air here. But I've had a few things that came true that kind of freaked me out a little bit.
I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, I'm not like you.
I mean, I came up to you and was like, what's up, Primo? And then we did some research and then we ended up actually being
totally. But I'm not like you in a sense that you have your gift is so strong. Like I can sense it. And I don't really have the gift. You know what I mean? Like I have the little glimpses, like I say. So I mean, for me to go fall asleep, have a dream, wake up and go, ooh, that just happened.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a trip.
I think the scariest thing I've ever encountered, like the scariest dream I've ever had or premonition, whatever you want to call it, was going to sleep, having a dream about having that big earthquake drill that we do at school, where like everybody comes out and everybody starts to get, the little bathroom, setting up the little hospital, getting everything ready. But actually needing to do that. And this was at my old school site. But literally seeing everybody in chaos during this earthquake, like it be real. And like the building collapsing, because, it's like was built in like the 70s. They don't even have real walls inside and all this stuff. I mean, they've done work now. But like it terrified me because like to see so many people injured and need help and not have the resources because people don't take it seriously.
That's a fear of mine every day.
And then going to school and like, so now it's real life. Okay. Going to work, going to school and over the overcom hearing, we have to shelter in place. And then it's switching to a lockdown. Oh man, I started to really freak out and get nervous. Like I get really sweaty because I don't know how to deal with it, and I just want to try to control something, right? Yeah. So control the panic, go back to routines and procedures. This is why we practice these things.
It is.
Luckily, it wasn't a big disaster like an earthquake, but it was stranger danger with some type of weapon. So everybody did follow all of the safety regulations and procedures that we have, and nobody was harmed. But I mean, like that's too close.
Too close.
Too close of a coincidence.
I get you. And
I mean, I guess the oldest prophecy I could think of is like the Bible.
I mean, for sure.
Where it the book of Revelations, where it talks about symbols such as the 4 horsemen, the apocalyptic beast, the apocalypse itself. It does talk a little bit about pandemics and war and how modern technology, when placed in greedy people's hands, can lead to evil things, and how we should learn from it.
Yeah. And we should.
But we've all seen what happens when it's in the evil hands and we're choosing not to learn from it.
It's crazy. There's
Here's the morning energy. I'm all bummed out.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys. For those of you who are now crying in your car, I apologize. But it's so true, though. Everything, premonitions and prophecies and things like that, just think about it. They're kind of the backbone of a lot of things and why we make decisions that we make. Everyone's always trying to understand and read the signs in order to maybe not give them the least path of resistance, but to make sure that everything is comfortable. And but the one people that we're talking about, that's not their goal. See, the people that are looking for comfort in things are the ones that I think are looking for patterns and things to change their life. We're not talking about that. We're talking people who are straight up going, yo, in 5037, the end of the world is coming. I don't think that's a pattern. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. How about this?
But my mom told me that in her little town where she grew up, there were elders always, no disrespect to anybody, eh? Nobody come after me.
Your mama's coming.
She's like, I told you that in confidence. No, I'm just kidding. Like she told me that the elders would constantly say, like, oh, the end of the world is coming, when like a big change would happen. And I get the fear for new technology, because with new technology comes like unknown responsibilities and like the outcome of things. What are the long-term and short-term effects?
Perhaps they're not predicting the end of the world, but maybe they're predicting the end of their
Era?
The way of living,
like their era.
You know what I mean? Because when that changes, I use technology as the big thing, because when that changes, you can't go back. We can't go back to a life where there's no AI. We can't go back to a place where the chat GPT is not being used. It's out there. It's like opening up Pandora's box, right? You open the box, you can't put those things back in. You just can't. So we have to now develop and adapt and learn how to live with all of these things. And I think that might be something that some of these elders are talking about when they talk about the end of the world, and then a major change and shift comes. I don't know. But do you know what I'm saying, though?
Wait. Hold on. I really need to process this, because I need to choose my words wisely. So technically, that their world, their comfort, their bubble ended because of the new technology, not allowing them to continue the coziness of the simple life, right? Quote unquote, right?
Quote unquote.
In the sense of like, for example, like the internet. It's not like a great idea.
The intraweb.
You could talk to anybody. You can download these. You can make these videos and stuff like that. Think about just something as simple as a photograph. Like now you can see all our wrinkles and every single flaw that we had. Whereas before, like the camera would kind of like glamorize you a little bit. It wasn't perfect.
Girl, right? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm beautiful.
And you can see the texture of your skin now. You can zoom in on it and
beautiful.
But it's different. So it does come with like a little bit of anxiety and worrisome. Whereas before you didn't have to think about those things. You wanted privacy, you just stayed home.
There it was.
Now you don't really have privacy.
No, you don't. And you can't go back. That's an interesting point. But how about this?
Oh, okay. What do you got?
Well, it's different. Because I know we kind of got off topic a little bit. That's more philosophical. But when I talk about some of these creepy stuff, the Espookys stuff, do you remember me talking about the Mothman? The Mothman is a cryptid.
Right.
A 7-foot tall winged creature, glowing red eyes, flies around.
Okay,
West Virginia.
There's a prophecy here.
Right. Well, here you go. So there's something called the Mothman prophecies, because between 1966 and 67, the little quiet town, I think it was Point Pleasant in West Virginia, and it was terrorized by the sightings of this creature, and it was known as the Mothman, right? Well, the locals reported that it was being stalked by these entities for months. And then on December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Ohio, collapsed, and it was during rush hour.
What?
So a bunch of vehicles plunged into this icy Ohio River, and it killed 46 people.
Whoa.
But here it is the kicker. Following the tragedy, the Mothman was never seen in the area again. So people are now giving rise to that urban legend that the creature was like a harbinger of doom, or desperately trying to warn the town that was coming. Now you have a cryptid showing up in an area, and a tragedy happening. Does that mean the cryptid made the tragedy happen? Was the cryptid actually doing good and trying to warn the people that something crazy was going to happen, coming out of hiding or whatever, exposing himself to try to help the mankind, right? And nobody listened. Nobody understood the signs that he was trying to give them. And then after the tragedy hit, he was no longer needed, and he disappears.
That's good.
Well, there's so many different...
That's so good.
I know, but there's so many different ways of looking at it.
But,
it all depends on the perception.
If we're going to look at it like that, then when the aliens come in November, like that's probably either a warning.
Or when Miss Gluckman turns out that she really was an alien, not just my home ec teacher. Boom. You never know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, but think about it. Because what if you see them and then they go?
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm so going to connect it to Mothman.
There's a whole bunch of things that really kind of trip me out, because we have to understand how to read the signs. And I don't think we know how. People like you might. And what I mean by that is you might at least be in tuned enough to understand that there's a sign there. You might not be able to read it, but I'm glad that there are people like you around, because people like me who just kind of dun on their way through life, whatever happens. And I don't know. But the fact that was something that happened, a bridge collapse, and that, man, you can read about it, guys. You can Google that. You can look it up. There's a movie about it. All this craziness. It's all about Mothman. And that's a cryptid that I brought up before. And man, I pray that there are things out there trying to protect us, not just tear us down.
Well, let's talk about Edgar Cayce. Was born in 1877 and passed away in 1945. Was an American mystic, often called the sleeping prophet.
Interesting.
Unlike Baba Vanga, Edgar became famous through thousands of trance readings that were carefully transcribed and archived while he was alive.
Mm-hmm.
These sessions would put people into a sleep-like state to answer questions about their health, their healing, past lives, Atlantis, spirituality, dreams, ancient civilizations, earth changes, and possible future events. Isn't that wild?
It's wild.
He's like your first hypnotist. Right?
Yeah.
Sleep-like state. So what's really interesting is that his most famous predictions and claims were about geological findings, such as earthquakes, pole shifts, floodings of coastlines, and continents changing shapes. Now, when I read that, I'm horrified, because all I could think about is all those terrible tsunamis that Baba Vanga is talking about. He specifically warned about changes affecting California, Japan, parts of Europe, and the U.S. East Coast. Now, do you remember that movie? Of course you do. You love all the movies.
Yep.
About 2012?
Yep.
That's exactly what it showed.
Yep.
And that's super scary.
Super scary.
And I don't like that. Because I've told you, in 2012 is when all the weird stuff started happening. It's when I had like the weird reason why I'm still here. That's when everything felt off. That's when things, like everyone started noticing how like we don't remember things like they used to. And how you, like when you use old camera phones, you see things that aren't there.
I don't know about all that, but you know, it's funny that you say old camera phones. I just had a discussion with our buddy Nick Van Dam about my old camera phone and what was on it. And it's a good thing that's not around. Just trying to say. But I totally get what you're saying. And there's some creepy stuff, man. And you know what's crazy? You all know that I'm a cryptid guy.
Yes, you are.
I dig it. And before we have to unfortunately head off because we're out of time, but cryptids and their what they mean to people, what those prophecies, what they're warning, whatever you call it, things like Sasquatch, something super simple, good old Bigfoot, right?
Okay.
Indigenous lore from the Blackfoot and the Navajo nations suggests that Bigfoot serves as a guardian of the forest. Okay, that's kind of common.
Okay.
Right? But what they think is that the prophecies warn that the more aggressively humans hunt Sasquatch,
Uh-oh.
it is a direct relation to the closer we get to the end of time.
Stop hunting for him. Let him be.
I'm just saying. Because human nature itself, trying to aggressively go after something that's a guardian of a forest in their view, right?
Right.
It translates to them doing other things around here that aggressively are going to push us towards the end of time. There's also things like the Wendigo. We talked about that before in this podcast, right? There's other tribal beliefs that the Wendigo, which is a flesh-eating, terrifying, crazy monster.
That's so creepy.
That it symbolizes spiritual corruption and greed, famine. Its appearance is supposed to be a warning sign of harsh winters and spiritual decay. You know, and you think about some things like that and how people read the signs. You know, when it comes to prophesizing, whatever you want to call it, making those predictions and things like that, it's all about those things. And I really feel that we could learn a lot from the spiritual beliefs of the indigenous and some of their cultures and things that maybe we should really be taking a look at. I mean, you said it yourself when you were talking about the corruption and evil people and things like that. Look at the world we live in, right?
Right. I like to think as humankind as the cancer of Mother Earth. No,
the non-curable kind.
Like in all seriousness. Like, I mean, was Thanos wrong when he said that part of the population had to go in order to keep Earth thriving? I don't think so. I think the cold reality is that we only have so many resources and everybody wants to control them. And in order to control them, war has to happen. It's going to be a fight because we can't. The sharing is so difficult.
I don't know, guys.
It is. Like, think about like having like a piece of cheese and you want to like split it up with people. It's human nature to be greedy and, oh, I'm cutting it up, so I'm going to take a bigger piece.
Yo, melt it up, throw it on some chips. What are they? Some jalapenos? Making me hungry.
But I think that if we don't shape up and we keep going down the destructive path that we keep going through and we don't make changes and start using technology for good instead of evil, that we will see the end of time.
You know, and to piggyback on that, I think we should also really take the time to look around, guys. look around and read the signs and understand that not everything is explainable. And some of those things that are not explainable, perhaps those themselves are coming from a different place to really kind of help us understand what's coming ahead. And I know this wasn't the most Espookys episode in the world, but man, I thought it was a great discussion.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
We predicted it.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I literally said crossroads before the breakthrough.
There it is. And here we are. We ourselves are Espookys Talk prophecies. I'm changing the name. Oh man. Hey, if you guys have seen some things and know some things and have experienced some things, I think we need to hear from you guys. I know we're back, guys. We are back, and we aren't going to go too far again.
With summer coming along, I can share that I have a guest coming to share some spooky stories. So tune into that.
We're also going to be taking a little local road trip, kids. Local. We're going to be heading up to, I can't even tell you. You're just going to have to tune in, but it's going to be awesome.
That was also predicted in our cosmic forecast.
Booyah.
We're probably going to do that on Friday.
Booyah.
Later today.
Man.
Don't even know what day of the week it is.
Oh, man. But anyways, I'm so sorry to tell you guys this, but it looks like it's about that time. But really, let us know what's going on. Real quick, I'm going to tell you again, it's Espookys Talk, ESPOOKYSTALK @gmail.com. Or you can go ahead and write in our bio. There's a link to send us some information. You guys need to let us know what you think. Because I know what I think. I want to know what you think. You know?
Don't you think we should just prophesize it?
Oh, I think you guys are going to email us. Booyah.
I think so.
Oh, man. Well, guys, I tell you what. Here's another prophecy. Tonight, as you go into your room for your nightly slumber, I'm going to prophesize that you're going to look under your bed.
Lock your closet doors and your mirrors.
Guess what, guys? It's Espookys time.